Député Laurent, in almost every other European country, it's parliament that rules. France has a different system with a stronger executive.
That's right, Francois. Like many things in France, the French parliamentary system is actually the legacy of Charles de Gaulle. Thanks to a 1958 constitutional referendum that was successful, he ushered in the Fifth Republic. Now, under the previous system, there had been great ministerial instability. So Charles de Gaulle was very clear that under the Fifth Republic, the powers of the parliament will be limited so as not to eclipse that of the French president.
Il existe un Parlement destiné à représenter la volonté politique de la nation, à voter les lois, à contrôler l'exécutif, mais sans sortir de son rôle. Voilà, Françaises, Français.
So French parliament today is made up of two houses. You have the Senate, which is the upper house where lawmakers have 6-year terms, and they of course are voted in by elected officials only. And you have the National Assembly, that's the lower house in French parliament, where MPs have 5-year terms, and they of course are elected by the French people. What's interesting is the National Assembly has 577 seats. In order for any party, in this election at least, Emmanuel Macron's party, to get a majority, the party would need one more than half. So the magic number really is 289 seats in order to get a majority in the National Assembly. Now, France's National Assembly sits inside the Bourbon Palace on the banks of the River Seine here in the French capital of Paris. It's often referred to as l'hémicycle in French, or the semicircle, because of its semicircle seating layout. It's here in the National Assembly that MPs debate and pass laws, they conduct parliamentary inquiries, and generally hold cabinet ministers to account. It must be said that since 2008 parliamentary reforms, the French parliament, at least the lower house, has more powers than ever before. For instance, now it shares a duty of setting the daily agenda for discussion and debate with the ruling government. Before, this was something that the ruling government did by itself. Thanks to those parliamentary reforms, there's been an expansion of parliamentary commissions as well. Parliamentary commissions are really important because the wording of any bill needs to be validated by one of 8 parliamentary commissions before MPs in the National Assembly can even start to debate it. And thanks to those 2008 parliamentary reforms, there's been limitations on the use of a constitutional article called Article 49.3. Unlike European parliaments, the French parliament allows this extraordinary power to the French prime minister to invoke this article to essentially force a bill through without a vote. Now, Charles de Gaulle may have wanted the French president to have more powers than the French parliament, but it must be said that both houses do have some unique powers. For instance, in case of a disagreement between the two houses, it's the National Assembly that can override the Senate and make the final decision. However, if the French president dies or is incapacitated, well, it's the president of the Senate who becomes interim leader of France until new elections are held. François.
Député Laurent, many thanks.